moments matter the most. Great start for Barnes. From Double H, Texas, near Dallas. And he takes on Mike Edwards from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Norm, we talked about Mike, your good friend, top of the broadcast, 25th year on tour, just the one title, way back in '94.
IOF Foresters in '94. Boy, did he bowl good in that event. Led all players.
Oh, gets some help on number 10. The huge Oklahoma Sooners fan. We asked him how he reacted to the Boise State Fiesta Bowl game, and he said, not pretty.
Not pretty,
He
no.
thinks this is pretty for sure.
And here's a form that has withstood the test of time. That short, compact backswing, good balance at the foul line, head steady. That's why he's been around for 25 years.
25 years old. This is 29th career TV appearance. Second of the season. Crossing over, has the baby split nearly at a Brooklyn strike. Also saw him at the Taylor, Michigan show, won by Tony Reyes with his 300 game.
Yeah, this is just opening shot jitters because we watched in practice, Eddie posted every shot. He gets up on the right lane, gives it one of those double slides, left lane, gets it off his hand a little early. There's nothing wrong, but just a little jittery.
310. Whiffs the three. Open frame early for Mike Edwards. He has had a very solid career. Became the tour's 33rd millionaire in 05-06. Just over $1 million in career earnings. Chris Barnes became the fastest bowler ever to $1 million. A touch light there. Did that in just 8 years. 220 career events to $1 million.
Well, he just missed this at the bottom, meaning he didn't quite get the leverage he was looking for at release. So he doesn't impart the type of rotation he wanted, and therefore the ball never hooked. And he knew it right away. He said, nice shot when he let it go. And quite honestly, he's fortunate just to be left with the 4-8. Look out.
Ooh. Does convert. And this is fourth. Third show of the year. A player who's ranked fourth from the PBA Tour, more than a 225 average. As we see the Ace Hardware matchup, Norm, so Barnes really has had a great season, but as he told us last night, he's been upset because he hasn't been in the winner's circle enough.
Well, yeah, he has won second this year after leading in the Chicagoland area and losing to Wes Malott. But, you know, when you are a superstar like Chris Barnes, it's hard to be satisfied with anything except victories. He's used to it.
And as we saw Mika do our other righty in our opening match, leaving a week 10, it's Chris Barnes with the same kind of look on that left lane. And again, it's not only trying to get to the pocket, but figuring out a way to knock all 10 down.
We saw the numbers there, the 3 and 14 we mentioned, but 2 of the wins did come at the Tournament of Champions and the U.S. Open.
Well, better than that.
Each were for $100,000. As we talked about earlier in the show, the Motel 6 World of Riches, 2 of them. There have been 2 titles. He has them both for a total of $400,000. Second show of the year for the guy they call Eddie.
Strikes in the face.
And Norm, you know Mike as well as anybody out here, and just a quiet, calm demeanor. Never seems to have anything bother him, ever distract him. He's just always on an even keel.
Yeah, he really is. And such a nice guy. But I tell you what, right now the fire is in him. He wants to win so bad, you can tell. I think that's why he hasn't made the real pure shot yet. He just wants it. He can taste it.
Just not won in a long time, guys.
This is better.
Sure is. 257 events ago. That's the longest streak of futility among active bowlers with a title.
And Norm, he said he played the lanes different all week long. He went straight, he hooked it. I know in his last match in the round of 8, he went real straight from first arrow. And that just shows you just how good Mike Edwards is. He's versatile. He can hook it a little bit if he wants. He can go straight if he wants. And that's what got him to the show today.
Gets help. Late hit on number 10 for Chris Barnes. And bowling runs in his family, certainly. His wife, Linda, world-class bowler. She First, they won a national amateur title 3 weeks ago in Reno. Many years on Team USA. And as Chris told us, we saw the finishes this year. His off-season was very busy, partially because his wife Linda was bowling actively. And someone's got to watch the twins. Ryan and Troy will be 5 this May.
As much money as this guy's made the last couple of years, he can buy a daycare.
How about a sitter? Yeah, his wife Linda will be bowling the TQR next week, so they better have a sitter. They'll both be in the event, it looks like. Good luck to her.
Heck, I'll watch the twins.
What are your babysitting rates?
For Chris, I'll just lower it to 500 an hour. Not much.
Back to Edwards. Oh, came down to the pit. Explode to the 1-3 pocket. Great shot.
Well, I told you the fire is in him, and you can tell right here. He thinks he's going to come high and leave a 4-pin, and when that thing strikes, he gets excited.
1-pin match.
Just go up by 9 pins here with a 4-bagger. Mike told us this week he was not expecting much after the first round felt good. New ball drilled and everything fell into place for him, and here he is on the show. Shots like that, he may make the final and take on Mika Korbuniemi, who awaits the winner. Barnes Edwards locked up in a good one. Another 5 great strikes between these two right-handers. Who faces Mika in the final? We find out next. Chris Barnes and Mike Edwards head-to-head in a good matchup. Let's check in with the Denny's PBA Tour average leaders. There's our Norm Duke. Top of the list. Your average hasn't changed, Norm, because you've been sidelined by the injured toe. We see Barnes and Patrick Allen in this show at numbers 8 and 9. So what is the status of your foot right now?
I'm still day-to-day. Look, I think I'm 50-50 at least for Dallas next week. But, you know, as long as I stay at the top, even the average, maybe I just won't bowl again the rest of the year.
Good idea, Norm. Give everybody else a chance. Thanks.
Trying to defend his average and points title from a year ago. Jason Couch leads the points list right now. Doug Kent, the money list. Back to Barnes. Oh, 10 down for Chris Barnes. And Randy told us before the show he's been working with Mike Jasnow. And a former PBA bowler himself has won a couple times on tour.
Yeah, Mike Jasnow out of Reno, and he runs lane 81 over there at the bowling stadium. Mike knows a thing or two about throwing strikes. And right there with Chris Barnes, when you watch the pin action, that 6-pin going to the sidewall and caving the 10 out that fast, that's when you know that was your best release.
Yeah, and right after a commercial break, which shows just how much experience this guy has, because as we've seen throughout the season, that's the hardest shot to throw.
Looks for a 4-bagger, chance to go up by 11.
Oh, man.
Goes late.
Barnes lucky off the 4-pin, but
Sometimes in order to change your luck on television, it's luck that was changing. This is about the luckiest break you can ask for.
yeah.
Wow.
Barnes just
Considering he thought he was going to get 6 when he let
What are
go
you
of it, he thought it was
talking
going to go
about?
right through the
All of a
nose.
sudden,
It was a nice enough break to be the 4, but what a huge break.
He
Terrific.
was
surprised.
That it fell, he'll take it gladly. Now Edwards tries to keep pace. 7th frame. Looks for the 5-bagger.
And Edwards does.
Boy, what a great shot by Mike Edwards, and it's really tough when the crowd responds that way to a lucky break by your opponent. To get up there and throw one that good, Randy, is one of the toughest things that I can imagine.
Well, there's no quitting this guy. You know, you don't become a PBA champion by folding in the tent when somebody throws a 3 or 4-bagger and gets a lucky break. Right now, Mike Edwards knows he throws a strike here. He's got his foot right back on Chris's throat.
Die-hard Sooner fan. We saw the sign there. Heartbroken by the Boise State rally at the Fiesta Bowl. The Miracle. Likes it. Yeah, for good reason. Yeah. Another big strike. He takes the lead. 6 straight. Can Barnes respond? You bet.
And what a match if both players go to the sheet, meaning they strike out from here on out. Chris Barnes will shoot 269. Mike Edwards will shoot 268.
Edwards works on the throwing hand.
Barnes got away with that mixing shot.
Well, he chipped the 4 earlier on this lane, and then he comes back with a little speed and aggressiveness and gets lucky and carries the wall shut. Now it's all up to Mike Edwards. He knows striking out 9th and 10th puts all the pressure back on that man right there.
Yeah, it doesn't look like these are the two players that had television woes in their past. Now it's coming down to the 10th frame. Only one pin separates these two bowlers, and it's who can perform in the 10th. We'll advance to see Mika in our championship.
His only title, April 16th, 94. Beat Pete Weber in Ontario, Canada. Been that long. Can he get back to the winner's circle?
Oof.
Wow!
Man,
Looked like he got away with one, Norm.
Edwards.
Yes, but he got that ball into the meat of the lane, and it rolled this ball up just high flush.
In a bid for 9 in a row.
Oh, he needed that badly.
Well, he may only have one title to his career, but he's got the heart of a Hall of Famer, and he knows that this one just got away from him just a hair. That would have put all the pressure on Chris Barnes. Now Chris Barnes needs the first hit and count. First hit, 9th fair, Chris will advance.
Oof.
What a great showing.
What a great showing, yeah.
But Barnes needs to strike it non-spin.
Chris Barnes takes the re-rack here to think this one through a bit. Don't forget, next week, we are headed to Irving, Texas, and the Geico Classic, just outside the hometown of Chris Barnes. He's from the Dallas Metroplex. Today's PBA Tour, ESPN, 12:30 Eastern Time. Note that start time different than today. 2 Eastern. Some great winners, including Chris Barnes, had victories in Dallas. That's what he needs. There's the strike.
Pete Barnes with the strike.
Flush.
That was just as pure as the driven snow for Chris, and we saw back in the 8th frame when he made his ace shot, it was 10 back, so he knew, get this ball off my end the way I want, and he knew it was going to be flush. One of the hardest shots to throw when you need 9, Randy. Chris must think, throw the strike.
Barnes slams it shut.
He's going to bowl his roommate for the title. His dual roommate.
Long string of futility. will continue for Mike Edwards, who bowled so well today. What a finish for Barnes, who will in fact take on his roommate Mika Kuavuniemi to room on the road again.
She's 69, 67. What a battle. Making 6 going.